See you. Just follow these guys. Yes. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of the world. Thank you. Please sit. Yeah, that was a little emotional there.
Yeah,
Mike.
and we got such a big turnout.
Well, we have a loyal, dedicated audience. And it is warm to feel that reception. I mean, it's nice. It's warming. It's heartening. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I was gonna say something, but I didn't know if I should.
Yeah.
It made me feel warm, but I wasn't sure if it was in my heart or when I was just wetting my pants. I don't know.
Mike, feel free to say whatever, just judging by that response, that reception, we're free to do what we want. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, good to see you, Mike. This is, God forbid, going to be, well, not God forbid. This is going to be up on YouTube. Our dedicated loyal audience has requested more and more YouTube stuff, and it's, as you know, Mike, this has been a hassle, a trial this last month and a half. The podcasting gods are not fans.
Yeah.
They were not among those cheering.
Right no, there. And it's actually been years that, off and on.
Very, very, very true. So again, wipe your tears away, Mike.
Yeah, I'm dry.
Okay. But it is good to see you. This is, we are returning to our Fast Track series. Yes, 15 to 20 minutes of utter glorious paranormal podcast chat. And
no,
it's going to be good. Okay, thank you. Mike's doing his own soundboard effects right now, but you don't have to worry about that.
No.
We should be good to go. What the hell are we going to talk about, Mike? Oh, yeah. Our brilliantly, that's tough to say. Brilliantly idea to talk about our passion for the paranormal. I mean, could we have chosen a more specific topic? Hell yes. Would that require more work and effort? Hell yes. So that's why we're just going to be talking about why the hell we do this podcast thing, Mike. Hopefully people don't tune out within the first 5 minutes.
Or have already.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So thanks for doing this, Mike. Thanks for making this work. We tried this last night and everything went to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah. And I ended up working on 2 laptops trying to get things situated on my end till 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the morning. And that was since we tried to record earlier. And that was hours of me in frustration and not giving up until I figured something out on this end.
Yeah.
So,
yep. That's called dedication. Yeah, we met up at 6 and it was about 7:45 when I just said, screw it. This isn't obviously meant to be tonight, but here we are for our triumphant return to some YouTube video content, Mike. Okay, let's backtrack a little bit here. Longtime listeners know, ding, ding, dingy, ding, ding, why we are doing. There it is. There's the dingy bell. Hey, this is video. Show them the dingy bell.
This is the new dingy bell.
Well, that's a new dingy bell.
Yeah. I don't know where my old one is. I had it. Oh, here it is, right in front of me. This is the old dingy bell.
That's the classic. There it is.
Lifting it up on my arm the best that it works now, yes. which works much better than it did before.
It's a screenshot for this episode right there, Mike.
Yeah. And I have my peach iced tea.
There it is. Well, since we're on video, yeah, I got my bubbler. My whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
Antioxidant sparkling water boosts energy, restores balance. Yay! Yeah, I've been on a bubbler kick for about 3 weeks now. So, and I love it. I love this stuff. I was drinking. This is off topic, and no one gives a shit. I get that. Oops, sorry. I have to put the adult explicit content on there now. I used to drink these all the time, but then my old ass started getting heartburn, and I figured I was getting them from all this bubbler water stuff. But knock on wood, it's been fine. Mike's laughing at me.
Well, mine is just Walmart brand drop-ins.
Yeah.
But I have it in an aluminum 22 Northman Brewing Company in Alexandria, Minnesota.
Hell yeah, look at that.
It's the winery and brewery they have there, and really neat place. Anybody that lives in Minnesota in the area, I suggest you go check it out. But anyway,
I just want to play something for the sake of it because Mike laughs when he hears this. It's been a long time, a long ass time. So that's Mike's favorite quote. I don't know if you heard it or not, but
I for some reason I didn't that time, but I hear it usually.
Well, maybe I'll play it this. The listeners will get a kick when I have to do this twice. I don't know if you heard that or not. But okay, fine. Mike, passion for the paranormal. Why the hell are we doing this podcast? Why have we been doing this for over 10 years? We have nearly as many listeners as we've been doing this for years.
Well, if you pick up like a listener a year,
yeah, that's a good pace.
You're not doing too bad.
Yeah, we both plan on living to be at least 150. So, no, okay.
I'm still working on getting to 62.
You hushed right now.
No, I'm just kidding.
So, again, longtime listeners know, ding, ding, dingy, ding, ding. Mike has led a life of the paranormal. I mean, there's no other way around it. I mean, some people just have that knack, that talent. Mike has been followed by the damn paranormal since he was a wee little lad. And I've jumped along for the ride about a decade or so ago because I've always been fascinated in ghosts. I've been fascinated with cryptids. I've been fascinated with Bigfoot, aliens ever since I was a wee little lad. Some of my most favorite books to grab from the library back in like 4th, 5th grade were those classic Bigfoot books with those classic photos. Mike, a lot of them you look back and like, those are fairly ridiculous. But man, they grabbed my attention when I was a kid, and it's still there. I'd like to think I am a mature adult, but
yeah. Well, and now your desire is to obtain somehow an 8x10 glossy of Bobo.
Hell yes.
So you've come a long way.
In his mid Bigfoot howling face or whatever you call. So
and then as he goes out to like, okay, I'm going to go out 100 yards out this way, and you see if my height matches what you saw,
yeah,
or if the lumbering gate, or maybe it was me out trying to go to the bathroom in the woods. I don't know.
And I've never mentioned this before, Mike. I've never mentioned it when I talk about paranormal pet peeves or anything like that. But isn't it just so peculiar and so coincidental that on a nationally televised program called Finding Bigfoot, one of the main characters, the highlighted character, the one they sent out to the Tonight Show, was named Bobo. And I don't know the guy personally. He seems like he's very affable, very nice. He's, probably very intelligent. But come on, they go out there and he puts on the act like he's like kind of a big goofy guy. And so there you go, people. That's the epitome of what Sasquatch hunters are all about. And it's like, yeah, we're all low.
If you're half Bigfoot yourself, if you're kind of a mixed breed there. But all I have to say is just,
hey, nice shirt.
Believe,
baby, believe in Bobo. He does exist.
Anyway,
and we love all this stuff. I mean, more and more exposure to the unknown, which Finding Bigfoot was all about. Mr. Moneymaker himself, Cliff Brockman, all those guys. Hey, open invite to appear on the Paranormally Zone at any time. We'd be honored to talk with you guys.
Well, hey, we've had Dr. Meldrum on. We can certainly have Bobo on.
Dr. Bobo. Yes. Compare and contrast their research techniques.
Calling Dr. Bobo. Calling Dr. Bobo.
Okay, yeah, okay. See, this is what's great about Mike and I here, because we had no idea we were going to go off on a slight little tangent about Bobo and finding Bigfoot, but hey, that's what we're good at. This is off the top of our head. Well, maybe I should retract that statement. I shouldn't say that we're good at it.
We talk it as it drips out.
Yeah, slowly oozes out of our minuscule brains.
Yeah, that's why usually when I sit down to record, I've got a full roll of toilet paper sitting next to me.
Hey, talk about another, unplanned rant. But I shared that screenshot a week or so ago. I just love when we do get such fun negative feedback, or just feedback. And
you weren't always that way, though.
Oh hell no!
Boy, you would hound the on YouTube or whatever. Have this removed. Have this removed from our content.
Well, that was an iTunes review from years ago. That was literally a personal attack on all three of us at the time. So that was kind of necessary to have.
That was bad,
because that was just a personal vicious attack, and it didn't really have anything to do with the show.
That was many years ago too.
Long time ago. But this one was fairly recent. But it was on an older episode when we talked about the Patterson-Gimlin film. In one of our big encounters, and of course, all the replies we've got have all been kind of just mocking, people like you and I who believe in it and talk about it. And this latest one just rubbed me the wrong way because it's this cliched pseudo-skeptic reply where they say, 2 people have come forward and claimed this was a hoax. And then he said, reach out to me if you need to know any more.
Yeah.
So I took the screenshot and I shared it with everybody. I'm like, oh, end of story. This guy said it was a hoax. We've been wasting our time for the last 50 years, basically. And, it drives me nuts because as I replied to that person, I don't know who it was. I was like, well, you have evidence? You have evidence this is a hoax. First and foremost, I said, 2 people have claimed this was a hoax. Well, so have about 8,000 other people. 8,000 other people have claimed to be the guy in the suit or the guy filming the guy in the suit. So who is it? Was there 8,000 different hoaxers or 8,000 different liars out there? Because the majority of them are lying about being involved in a hoax. Secondly, I was like, if you have evidence that this was a hoax, why are you reaching out to this piddly-ass podcast with your snarky little comment? Share your evidence with the world and end the debate.
Yeah, have your own podcast and talk about this evidence.
Contact news organizations, CNN, Fox, whatever, and say, hey, I have proof, so we can end this 5-decade ridiculous debate about the Patterson-Gimlin film. So Mike, rubs me the wrong way. I'm sorry, everyone who's watching this right now. If I had a boo button, I'm sure I'd play that right now for people booing me, but rubs me the wrong way. Pet peeves, Mike.
Yeah, but the same thing happens with everything else, like UFOs and ghosts and the Loch Ness monster, and so.
No, I totally understand what you're talking about, and I'm repeating myself. I know. Another pet peeve. Every damn time there's a mysterious sea monster washes ashore. Carcass of unidentified monster washes ashore. It's always a whale. It's a decaying whale.
Yeah, decomposed, half-eaten whale.
That's the stuff they put on the news. They put on the news essentially kind of to mock people who believe immediately that it is, in fact, an unidentified sea monster, but also to put that perspective, that spin on it. Again, it's like, oh, you morons, it's going to be proven to be a whale, and you dummies are believing that it's a monster. It's that passive aggressive way of making fun of people who are open-minded to anything.
Well, and the media does the same thing. It's like, well, we have a ghost story for you tonight.
Yeah, they end it with their.
Oh boy!
I love how Mike's doing. Eric,
one arm is way down. I can't bring it up too much further than that.
See his little fingies at the bottom.
But you know what I mean, though. Yeah,
I do, 100%. I think I'm already going to change the title of this to like Paranormal Pet Peeves or something.
There you go.
Yeah, hey, segue to what we did mention we were going to throw in there, our absolute love for pseudo-skeptics, Mike. I think I said that earlier in this episode, that That dirty word, pseudo-skeptic, which again, Dave Schrader, shout out to Paranormal 60s Dave Schrader, world-renowned paranormal investigator podcast host, multi-time guest on the Paranormally Zone.
Great guest on the show.
He totally mocked me and said, that's just called a cynic. What's a pseudo-skeptic? That's not even a word. Joking.
But we choose to hang on to it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So every time I use pseudo-skeptic, I try to include Dave Schrader in that, in the usage there, and I'll add him in a tweet or something and say, hey, I'm sticking to my guns, man.
Well, a cynic, okay, if you tear it apart here a little bit, a cynic is somebody that, well, questions about things that they probably don't believe.
Mm-hmm.
A pseudo-skeptic is somebody that isn't going to believe it no matter what.
Well, they downplay any chance of it being real,
and they'll attack it and trash it, yeah,
without doing any research on their own, not even having a respectful, genteel, open mind, about it. It's like, nope, you're dumb, you're wrong, and I'm right. I'm a pseudo-skeptic. None of this exists, and I'm not even going to bother to listen to rational arguments that perhaps suggest otherwise, because no, you're wrong. They don't. You experienced, Mike, as a little kid? Nope, it didn't happen. It just didn't.
Right, exactly. And then they bore it out of your head. But then look at what the amazing Randy did to Uri Geller. I mean, geez,
Oh, I just, I just posted that link on our Patreon page, of Uri's appearance, the infamous appearance on the Tonight Show.
I remember watching that,
where Johnny calls him out. Johnny didn't really do it in a mocking way, though. He's like, well, show me. No, seriously, if you can do this, show me. And he's like sincere, well, acting sincere about it for sure. But because Johnny was a magician, he appreciates the art of magic, and he doesn't like charlatans, obviously. Not saying Uri was or is, just putting that out there. But man, I put that link on the Patreon page. You can find it on YouTube as well, but Patreon subscribers have a direct link right there. To this day, Mike, when I watch it, even I don't believe the guy at all. I still feel bad for him. I mean, just when people are put on the spot like that and humiliated, embarrassed on such a huge scale, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't feel sorry for him, but it's something innate inside me where I just feel bad for the guy.
Do you remember what he tried to do on that episode of the Carson Show to prove?
Well, because Uri, when he would do stuff like this, he would have pre-prepped like materials,
right?
Stuff that he knew that would add to his illusion of being able to, bend the spoons or whatever, remove objects. Johnny wouldn't let them use their own props. He wouldn't let Uri's people use their props. Johnny provided the props. So therefore, Uri's like, oh shit, I can't do anything with this stuff. And so the whole time he just delayed, he stalled, and then he gave the classic answer, I'm just not feeling it right now, and there's a lot of pressure on me and I'm not feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think about the possibility, Mike, of that being a legit reason why it didn't work for him? Because he was put under such immense pressure, and therefore the psychic energy wasn't flowing through his bones that day. What do you think about that?
Well, sure. I mean, absolutely. I mean, you have to be able to concentrate and focus to do stuff. I mean, you've got all this stuff thrown at you. How can you have your head straight? All of a sudden your head is put into a whirlspin because your stuff isn't there. But it's going to go either way. Either it was that his whole mojo was put off, or his tricks were not available to him.
Exactly. I mean, that's another thing that, again, like those snarky cynics, skeptics out there, and it's fine to be skeptics. Mike and I are skeptical. We don't automatically believe everything. You would be wrong to automatically.
You more so skeptic than I am, but still.
True. But I'm open-minded, and I believe that there are things out there that we can't explain, Mike.
Right. I have to go from the other end and try not to believe things, and I have to bring the skepticism
Yeah.
in. But I do that though. I mean,
Oh, you
if
do
there's
100%.
if there's something that no, that's really sketchy there,
Yeah.
then that that's going to kick in pretty quick.
What I was saying though is that's what these kind of snarky cynics, the ones who automatically put you down, that's what they usually say when it comes to psychics. They say like, "Oh, you must be just how do you? You're surrounded by ghosts all the time, all these voices all the time. How do you sleep? How do you live?" I mean, and again, you hear the replies. It's like, well, it's not like that. And
Yeah.
again, they fire right back at you, mock that reply where the psychic will say that's not how it works. So then the cynic will mock that reply as well, saying, "Oh, that's right. That's just not how it works." Okay, so I get it. But how many times have we heard, Mike? We've had several claimed, self-proclaimed psychics on the Paranormal Zone. They all say the same thing. It's like it isn't how it works. It's like kind of imagine like turning the dial on a radio, and you're trying to find that the reception, so to speak, that tunes in the clearest line.
Mm-hmm.
And you can shut off the radio too.
Right.
I think that would be I wouldn't want to be a psychic. Talk about stress.
Well,
Mike
I don't.
shakes his head there a little bit. He's like, "Well, I've done this myself, my friend." Which
Well, I when it does happen, I love it though. I mean, and when it does happen, it can be either because I'm focusing on something, or all of a sudden something will just be there. So I don't know. Either way.
that's happened in such powerful waves for you that you become emotional at times.
Very, yeah.
Mike, we're already over the limit of what we were going to do, so I think this was a good, quick, fun conversation here.
Sure.
Time to wrap it up for our massive YouTube audience. In all sincerity, our YouTube subscriptions have slowly been going up consistently. So
Well, this might help even more if we do it. For years, Patrick, I've been saying we need more video content.
And you know what? Knock on wood, this software that I'm using now that has everything all in one here, when it works great, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Well, this will make it a lot easier to more consistently provide YouTube content. So
I just knocked on wood, and I'm surprised my dogs didn't have a fit.
dang it. You're tempting the podcasting gods right there, my friend.
Yeah.
Well, Mike, this has been a blast. Hold on for a little bit. We're going to wrap this up. Thanks, everybody. This has been a return to fast track. What the hell are we going to call it? I don't know. I'll find out something later on
Oh,
tonight.
it's return to something. I don't know. Return to video.
Return the video for sure.
See our ugly mugs and watch it spew.
Watch the nonsense spew. Exactly. That's the tagline now for Paranormal Zone. Watch the podcast nonsense spew.
Spew. What a word.
What a word. All right. On that, everybody, we hope we didn't make any of you spew. Until next time, Mike, what do our paranormal pals need to do?
Peace out.
All right.